Yeah, Kels, I'm totally fine. Nicole's not letting me out of her sight, and I won't go chasing weird Fae children into the forest ever again. Alright, catch you later. So Kelly's coming to the rescheduled birthday party next week. That cool? Yes. Glad you like the llama. Sorry to scare you. Not your fault. We've known Bob and Cyrus for so long that sometimes it's easy to forget that a lot of fairies are genuinely genius. Of course they are. They're people. Anything interesting happened while I was gone? Not really. I visited Eric to see if he'd have any ideas. That's how I thought to look for you in the Fae realm. I'll be calling or writing to him to let you know that you're safe. He thought you'd fallen off the wagon. Ha! You know, I'm almost tempted to join you just to rub that in his face, but I also know that if I do, I'm punching him until he stops moving. Fair enough. Also, Husnia used to work for the CIA. Husnia did what now? So we're really just gonna let this go? Let what go? Your bitchy grandpa. Look, I know that he didn't order JC arrested or anything, but it was still his person who kidnapped them, tried to enslave them, and then he was gonna punish JC, our person, for defending themselves. He deserves at least a little incineration. That would be awesome, but also, Corvell, please don't. Why not? I'm not going to argue about deserved or the folly of vengeance, even when Jennifer Charles is returned safe and sound. The reason I'm not retaliating against the Silver King, even if I wanted to, is because it would end with all of us dead or worse. You beat him before. Barely. And that was with the element of surprise. Nobody expected me to turn traitor. I also had all of the resources of a princess, gold, information, armies, magical items, all of which were absolutely drained by the end of that war. It has since been 200 years. Ivy's security is better. They have countermeasures against my magic. Any information I have on my enemies or potential allies is well out of date. And while my current community is quite formidable, against Ivy and its allies, we would not win. We could cause a lot of damage, yes, possibly even kill my grandfather and a few of my cousins, but our destruction would be assured. Cyrus told me all about your death threat, and you're a fairy. You can't lie, and you don't bluff. I cannot, and I did not. If he had harmed me by hurting or killing Jennifer Charles, I would have harmed him back with every resource at my disposal. And I would do that knowing that it would likely seal my doom. Same. I mean, it would have been worth it, but still would have sucked. So why'd he back off if he knew he would win? Because he knows just how much damage I'd be able to do. Empires and countries do not crumble in a single day. It takes a long chain of events, a domino effect stretching over decades, if not centuries. And I would be a very big domino. He's also smart enough to let go of his pride and to play his part in de-escalation, but not if we strike back now. Attacking now would just put us back in hot water, except worse because it would destroy what bargaining power I have. If I'm going to punish him, whether he does right or wrong, why would he do right? Sometimes the villain does not get punished. But as everyone here is returned safe and sound, in this instance, it's easier to make peace with that fact. You might need to make peace with someone else. JC found out about Husnia. Come in. Qual, if those teeth aren't washed in the next 5 minutes, you're not getting a bedtime story. JC, Nicole, everything okay? No, is it? I tried to talk them into at least waiting until your guys' next shift together, but they were pissed. Well, come on in. Asif, can you please prepare us some tea? Oh, we're having that conversation? Okay. Koala, I'll be up in a bit for that bedtime story. We just have to have a really boring grown-up talk first. Are you calling Bob or Cyrus over for verification? That sounds smart. Hey guys, what'd I miss? Asif makes tea better than I do, and that just makes me angrier. I am as good at making tea as I am bad at dealing with customers, which is why she went in, not me. You're also better at computers and long-wage weaponry. Best for backup. That too. Oh shit, really? Oh, he's practically a surgeon with a shotgun. That makes no sense. And also, you're okay with this? They lied to us. Only by omission. Besides, it's practically a game between us and the CIA at this point. They're probably going to send someone else now that you both quit. Almost certainly, but it'll be a regular customer, not an employee. And honestly, it might be a trainee or first mission. Something safe to get them started. Also, JC, if it makes you feel better, Bob and Cyrus were the primary targets, not you or Nicole. I never told my bosses anything about you that they didn't already know from your public and government records. Yeah, it was just surveillance. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't have volunteered for it. But your kids, of course you wouldn't. So you're just cool with this? JC, kid, there was a solid 2-week period after we met where Boss and I were arguing over whether or not you were a private investigator, FBI, Homeland Security, or KGB. I would have believed KGB. I gave her my name, though? So you would have been a kamikaze type spy, someone thrown under the bus for the greater good. You do have a very unique set of skills. And friends. There's very little difference between criminals and spies anyway. Everyone knows at least one person who's associated with the mob or sex work, and if they don't, they're lying. So Bob and everyone else is okay with this. Yeah. I mean, they did burn through all of their contacts when you went missing without hesitating. We didn't even have to ask. Yeah, my FBI friends and I were very annoyed when we couldn't find you. Both personally, because you're his nearest friend and I wanted you safe and sound. And also professionally. It really pissed me off. Fine. This is unfairly good. My sweet Euro-descended child is because it has actual spices and flavor. Give them a break. It's not easy being white. And now we're back on their shit list. Okay, then. Hey, how's it going? Not bad. JC's in the back arguing with the oven. And how are they doing? It's been 2 days and they haven't missed a beat. Really? Because I heard that there was a body involved. Yeah, but you know, JC, they're as close to indestructible as a mortal can get. You've seen them handle nasty situations. None of those situations involve them being forced to kill someone. Yeah, that really does fuck with the head. You think they're freaking out and hiding it? Yeah, because JC's known for being emotionally vulnerable. Point. Talk to them after shift? Yeah. Hey guys, I've got about 5 minutes before Nicole picks me up. How's she doing with the whole kidnapped SO thing? Well, she's asking me to come over to her place more often or to come over to mine, which, not complaining about that. Ugh, thank God we're alive, sex. It's always the loudest. Pretty satisfying, though. Anyway, and how are you holding up? Same shit, different day. You usually get into life or death fights with fairy sorcerers and heads of state? No, but considering the crazy we often deal with, it was definitely interesting, but not worth any more brain power now that it's over and done. That's one way of dealing with it. Yeah. I remember the first time I had to kill someone. It was during World War II. Heat of battle. And then afterward, I threw up all over Cyrus's shoes. Bad day. Bad day all around. For me, I didn't speak for like 3 days after my first kill, and then had a total breakdown. Just horrible. Ugly cry, snot everywhere. You guys know that I used to run with gangs, right? When I was a kid? We did not. So that fairy wasn't the first? Not my first time pulling the trigger on someone coming at me, no. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure that my single-digit body count pales in comparison to either of you, or really anyone in this cafe, including fucking Huznia, apparently. But it hasn't been 0 for a long time. Okay, then. Yep, no judgment. Just brains are weird. We just wanted to check in and see if you needed a drop kick into therapy. Oh, I definitely do. Just not for that. Hey, Nicole. Hey, heard you guys had some drama recently. Everything okay? Yeah, everyone's okay. JC got kidnapped and taken to the Fae realm. They're back now. So did you guys get them back, or did the fairies kick them out? A little both. Also, school is out, so I can pick up more hours here. Awesome. Great. Cool. Once you're done with Whatever you're doing, help me organize the back.
Sure.
Oh, new drawing? No, a letter. The phone system used in prisons and jails is atrocious.
You're writing to a prisoner?
An ex-friend of JC's. He helped us locate them. I called to tell him they were back safe, and I'm writing to let him know the details.
What did he do?
Sold Cyrus out to be kidnapped by the Stone Oaks Covenant in exchange for immortality. Right. Sorry, I forgot. It's not your fault. But you mind if I add my own letter to yours? I get the feeling he and I have some things to talk about.
Sure.
This chick tried to kidnap Bob? Hey, I need a pen and all the paper. I have so many questions.
Okay, guys, I'm heading out. Oh, give my best to the Sphinx. Has he seemed a little odd to you lately?
I mean, he's 18. That's a really odd time. Just be glad he's not spending it in lockup. Yeesh, kid, I've caught the laser light 3 times now. You're off your game. Sorry, just a lot on my mind. Not that I care, but what's going on? Pride Month is when you're supposed to be your gayest, in every sense of the word. Did you hear about JC getting kidnapped and then returned safe and sound through some political stuff and probably a gun? Yeah. Everyone in the cafe, all of our friends were helping to find them and bring them back. When Bob got a call from the actual king who tried to use JC as a hostage and blackmail her, she basically rolled a nat 20 on intimidation and got him to back down. Nicole was divining JC's location with magic. The dragons and werewolf and angel found the exact gate. Huznia was calling friends from the CIA and FBI, and I was just holding the phone, sending a few text messages to Raythu. It's just... When I was a freshman, I tried out for baseball. I got on the team, and I liked it, but halfway through the season, I realized that I was the team's worst player. I caught the fewest balls, I got the fewest points, I ran the slowest, and nobody really cared because I wasn't getting any of the important spots. Those were for the good players. I was just there to have fun. But it's still not fun realizing that you're the weakest link. And I just realized that that's still happening, only in real life. Is that it? You're a kid, of course you're the weakest link. I'm 18, legal adult. Yeah, and your boss is over 1,000 years old. JC's what, almost 30? Everyone around you has been an adult for way longer, so of course they're gonna have a longer list of accomplishments. I guess. Look, I may be a sphinx and thus a naturally solitary creature, except when it's time to make kittens. You are a social creature, pack animal. And the thing with pack animals is that it's way more about society as a whole rather than an individual person. Not everyone gets to be a vicious warrior or soldier or spy. Otherwise, who's making the food and the art and all the stuff people are actually fighting for? On top of that, your fairy boss is not the type of person to indulge in incompetence or unnecessary fluff. She keeps you around for a reason. Yeah, to clean the dishes. Who's gonna go to a cafe with dirty dishes? It's not a fun job, but it has to get done or people get sick and the business tanks. That's not weakest link, that's just work. You want to be a badass, go join the Marines or law school or one of the gazillion social movements for people's rights. Just whatever you choose, do it for yourself. Not because you want to impress other people. Other people suck. Who cares what they think? Social creatures? Ugh, what a headache. Hey, Oscar, just in time. And I see you brought customers with you. The usual? Yes, please. Matter of fact, I'm heading to the firehouse, so I think I'm going to clear you out of your scones. Only for you. Disney up. Yeah, pop the next batch of scones in. I'll just take my copy. On the screen. Let me get a box.
Honestly, Andy, it's like your wife doesn't ever feed you.
They're for the boys at the station. Oh, I'm sure not a single scone is going to find its way into your gullet. Not a one. Hey, if I can be polyamorous, I can be poly breakfast. Baby, I do believe that's why I choose, not necessarily poly. What's the difference? God, don't ask that. Patrick will give you a whole PowerPoint. Here are your scones and your coffees. Leave the boyfriend. We need him from the rush. Oh, as you wish. Have a good day, baby. Bye. So that's going well.
Oh, I can't really complain.
Okay, so I know she gives out pet names like Candy, but how serious is this?
Well, not at all. Well, friendships are, of course, serious. Frankly, I think they're more valuable than romance, but I'm not using words like boyfriend or love.
And do they know that?
Well, of course they do. I told them about my wife. Burying one spouse was bad enough, and I'm likely to outlive the both of them.
Fair.
And now where on earth is Cyrus? I swear I've barely seen him since the whole Faerun fiasco.
Oh, he's gone down to part-time.
No joke.
The lawyer business is picking up. Oh, her name is Jesus. You know, with how everyone was talking to you, I thought they were saying, hey, comma, Zeus. Okay, yeah, let's get your dad to the lockup. Oh, you said he was arrested when he went in for a scheduled immigration meeting? If you stare any harder, you'll burn holes in his head. I think I know that guy. Should we be worried?
Probably not.
I'm 400 years old. I know a lot of people.
Well, keep us informed.
Excuse me.
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, it's more how I can help you. You see, I'm a famous food blogger, and you gotta pay for your own food.
What?
Everyone pays for their own food, no matter how many followers they have. That's not how this works. Yes, it is. In fact, we're not even supposed to tell them that we're bloggers. It makes for a more honest experience and review.
Rabbi Rabbit.
That's how I know you. My sister follows your blog as much as she follows Halakha. I'm gonna need a selfie. She's gonna freak when I tell her about this. Anyway, if you're looking for a free meal or discount, the best we can do is the Neighbors account, which gets you 1 cup of coffee and or 1 baked good for free. It is designed for those with financial difficulties, so you can also donate to the Neighbors account.
I'm not poor.
Charming. Thanks. Surprised to see you this far from the cities. Oh, I'm actually coming back from Rochester, visiting family, and I needed a break from my car. So glad God gave me wings. Okay, I'll ask. Rabbit? My last name is Coelho, which means rabbit. So when I became a rabbi, that became my nickname, which lent itself nicely to a food blog about cafes and restaurants with Jewish-friendly food.
Portuguese. How'd your family end up here?
Well, back in the 16th century, Inquisitions were all the rage. Spain did it best and bloodiest, but Portugal wasn't going to be left out of the fun. Well, lucky for us, some genocidal schmuck named Christopher found a whole other continent for us to run to outside of Inquisitor reach. And here we are. Your ancestors didn't happen to settle in the Caribbean first, did they? Yeah, Jamaica. Moved up here around World War I for jobs. Records from before that are a bit spotty, but we're pretty sure that at least one of my ancestors did a bit of piracy. There's a dockmaster's paperwork that had him on the Black Swan, which was rumored to run with a dragon who went by Nightfire. That was my mom. No shit.
In the forest deep where shadows fall lives a queen who stands so proud and tall. Her throne of whispers, her kingdom's call, with dragons fierce who hearken all. Through the misty woods her anthem rings, a symphony of wild and wondrous things, with scales and wings and ancient kings. She's the spirit of forgotten springs. Raise your voice like a dragon's roar. Queens of old, we will be no more. In our hearts we feel the core, strength and power forevermore. The night is dark, but she shines so bright, guiding souls with her ethereal light. With strength and grace she takes her fight, a beacon in the endless night. From the ashes she will rise anew, her legacy both firm and true, a melody for the brave and few, in the lands where dreams and dragons flew. Raise your voice like a dragon's roar. Queens of old, we will be no more. In our hearts we feel the core, strength and power forevermore. Raise your voice like a dragon's roar. Queens of old, we will be no more. In our hearts we feel the core, strength and power forevermore. In a castle dark and cold, where stories of old are told, the princess waits alone, in her heart a heavy stone, her crown a burden grand, in a silent empty land. Stars above refuse to gleam, in her eyes there's just a dream. Once upon a tear she cried, for the love that never died. In whispers of the night, her heart took flight. Diamonds in her lonely eyes reflect the moon's pale guise. A fairy's gentle song echoes memories long gone. Through shadows she moves slow, footsteps soft like falling snow. Every night she fades away in the dawn's first gray. Once upon a tear she cried, for the love that never died. In whispers of the night, her heart took flight. Once upon a tear she cried, for the love that never died. In whispers of the night, her heart took flight. Once upon a tear she cried.